everybody to be ready. Nope, you're just coming down with your bodies. Okay. Is that one recording already? All right, 3, 2, and 1. Please come down to the carpet here. Waiting for everyone to be seated quietly. So we all know we've been working on bean plants here for a couple weeks, and we are looking at the differences between how something grew in the Ziploc bag. This is our original plant that we started off in the Ziploc bag, and then this is the one that we did in soil in our cup. I'm looking for a couple hands. Can somebody tell me some differences here? Some things that you notice that are different. Aaliyah.
There's like no stemmer something or leaves on it.
There's no leaves on which one?
The cup.
The cup. Right. Okay. What's another observation one of you guys have? Keegan.
The one that's in the Ziploc baggie is bigger than the one that's in the cup.
Is much bigger than the one that's in the cup. Right. So what do you guys think? Do you think that the paper bag works better, or do you think that the cup is working better? Okay, so we have some varied answers there, and that's what we're kind of looking into today, is what works better, what's going to make it grow better. And we can tell here that this is we can tell here that this one has only just started to sprout, so we're still looking for a stem. Anybody tell me what this part of the process is called? Yeah, what's this part? The seedling. Okay, good job. So now we're going to watch a little video telling us just a little bit more about that life cycle of the plant here. You guys sit quiet. Give me a moment.
No.
There we go. All right. I want you guys to pay attention to this video. One second, let me get the sound going here.
What's wrong, Moby? Of course it's not growing yet. It takes time for a seed to grow into a plant. How does a seed grow? Most plants start growing from a seed.
Somebody tell me what kind of seed was that he just showed? And if you planted that kind of seed, what is it going to grow into? Jamira, an apple tree. It was an apple, right? Okay. Check.
The seed is protected by a covering called a seed coat. Inside there is a part that can grow into a new plant. Most seeds need soil, water, and warmth to grow. Moby. A small root starts to grow down, and a sprout grows up out of the ground. But what happens after the seed sprouts?
You can tell me, what happens after the seed sprouts? Elizabeth. It grows bigger. Okay.
Seed sprouts. The sprout uses sunlight, water, and nutrients from the soil to grow. And soon it becomes a seedling. Seedlings are small and thin and have just a few leaves. As it grows bigger, it turns into a young adult plant. It's much taller and has more leaves. And then it grows into an adult plant. It'll take this seedling years to become an adult apple tree. Good question, Moby. What is an adult plant like? This orchard is filled with adult plants. They're really tall and have lots of leaves. Right, adult trees grow flowers, and flowers have an important job to do. They attract insects, birds, or even bats to help carry pollen. The pollen helps plants grow seeds, and fruit grows around the seeds to protect them. When fruit ripens and falls to the ground, the seeds inside can grow new plants.
Besides fruit, what is another part of a plant that sheds seeds to grow new plants? Sarah. Flowers. Very good.
Hey, where'd that deer go with that apple? How do seeds spread to new places? I bet that deer is helping plants. Well, when animals eat fruit, they leave the seeds behind in a different place. And then the life cycle can start all over again. A life cycle shows how a living thing grows and changes during its life. Hey, I bet the wind can move seeds too. Some seeds have little tufts of hair or wings to fly to new places. Water can carry seeds to new places too. Anyway, Moby, it's gonna be a while before that plant can make its own seeds. Whoa!
You're an apple tree in the middle of the library. I can't believe it. So the activity that we're doing today that goes along with our plant life cycle has two parts to it. The first part, we're going to be filling out this little diagram. And we all know there's 4 parts of our bean plant life that we have to talk about here. So at the beginning, we always want to write our name, first and last. And of course, what's today's date? Today's the 20th. You can look right up at the board and see that. So who can tell me, show of hands, what is the first stage of the bean plant? Kevin. A seed. Okay, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to take that first little box, because this is the first part. We'll draw a little seed. This was our bean at the beginning. And now I'm looking for someone who can tell me just a quick little sentence about what is happening here. What's the first thing that we did? Jamira. It starts as a seed. Okay, so we can say that. And I'm looking for just a little bit more detail. So we'll say it starts as a seed. Somebody else give me another sentence that at the beginning what we're doing. Eli.
First, it starts out as a seed.
What do we do when it's still as a seed?
We put it in a bag of a wet paper.
We did put it in a bag, or what else did we do? What was the other method? Elizabeth, what was that other method we used?
We also did, like, we put the seed into a cup.
We put the seed into a cup. Okay. So we can say we put our seed in a bag and cup. So that's the first part. After you're done getting all, I'm just giving you the first one, but you guys have to fill in the other 3. I want a little picture up here and then just some details about what's happening during that stage. After you're done with this, we're going to grab our science journals. So I'm going to pretend right here, this is Ms. Hahn's science journal. You're going to turn to your next available page that you can write in, and you're going to tell me at least 3 sentences of in the soil versus how it grew in the paper bag. Do you think it worked better? Do you think they worked the same? Do you think one of them grew faster or slower than the other? Give me a couple details about your plant and, your seed in the bag versus in the cup and in the soil. Just at least 3 sentences here in your journal. All right, so in a minute here, I'm gonna bring you guys back down to your seats. You already have your science journals on your desks, and you also have this, I'm gonna hand you out this life cycle of the plant. Thank you all for sitting so quietly. So they're doing a good job. Yes, Skylar, you have a question? No, that's a good question. You do not have to copy what I did in this first box. I was just giving you guys an example of what you're going to do. You are going to, of course, draw the first part of it. We did say it was the seed. And also, I want to make sure you label it. I didn't say that at the beginning. But you want to label what the stage is of the plant, what all the parts are. Good question. Anybody else have any more questions before we go back to our seats on what you're doing? Yes, Eli?
Do we have to draw the dirt for and stuff?
You can if you want. I will leave that up to you guys. If you want to draw the cup or the bag, that's up to you.
Can we color it?
Of course, you can absolutely color it. I prefer them colored. If we have enough time, definitely want you to color it. Everybody good? Give me a thumbs up if you understand what we're about to do.
I did.
Ginaldo, where's your thumb? Got it?
I love
Eli? Okay. So on the count of 3, 2, we're going to quietly walk back to our seats. And 1. We're going back there quietly.
Yes, it's on camera. Why?
And I'm going to go ahead and pass these out to you guys, your plant life cycle. As soon as you get it, what are we doing first? Aaliyah, what is the first thing you're doing when you get your paper?
Got your name
Putting
on
your
it.
name on it. Thank you, Aaliyah. Keegan, can you give Damien a pencil? How about in your pencil box here? Okay, we'll get you one. Just give me one moment. Jasmine's not here. Thank you all who just got right to work, put your name on the paper. It was very quiet. Very quietly working. So the first thing you're going to do is fill out your plant life cycle worksheet. Once you're done with that is when you're going to go to your science journal and write a little bit about how your plant grew in the soil with the cup and how it grew in the bag with the paper towel.
Okay.
This activity, you should be at a level 0 or a 1, whisper at maximum. This is an independent activity, you shouldn't have to talk to your partner. You guys know this by now. I'm looking for people to give points to. Also, I did write up here some vocab words. If you have any issues spelling anything, they're here. Raise your hand if you have any questions, I will come right over. Yes, Christian. Okay, so we need to sharpen your pencil. Get your pencil. Man, thanks for sitting patiently. Yes, Kat. You'll have room somewhere. You don't have it every single page is taken? I can give you a blank piece of paper. You got some right here. Here's the next blank page. You can write right here. Yeah. These are out. You all are working quietly. You do not have to copy what I have up here on the board. As long as you get the first part of our plant life cycle and write some details about it, we're good. You do not have to go word for word what I did. I'm sorry? It's so we can show you videos and any information on the computer. Working so quietly. See a couple people I can give points to. I'm looking for some more. Thank you all for being quiet and raising your hand when you need help. Think about our plants over there. Okay? Think about what a seedling is. That's not going to be the big plant. Right? That's beautiful. Yeah, I like the way you drew that. Have your picture. A little bit of detail about each stage. We're going to get about 10 minutes or so to work on this, so try not to waste any time, just get moving. Good job. Think about it. That's okay. But we always want to go back and check our work, make sure we filled everything out. Some nice sentences here telling about the stages of our plants. Good job. Great. Got it right up there for you. Can you see it? You guys aren't wasting any time. Okay, so now that you're done with this, what you're going to do next? So, you're going to go in your science journal, and you're going to tell me a little bit about what happened in the bag compared to what happened in the cup. What do you think worked better? What do you think grew better? Give me a little bit of information about the two. Yeah, at least 3 sentences. If you want to write more, you can. And when you're finished with everything, we're going to let everybody else finish up so you can color in your drawings. There you go. No, you can write about yours, of course. I'll write it on the board in case anybody else needs to know how to spell leaves. I'm writing on the board for you guys in case you need to know how to spell them. You see that? So now you are going to write, see how I've got the bag and the cup on the board for you? You're going to tell me a couple sentences on how you think which one you think grows better. You can definitely do 2 pages. I want you to write at least 3 sentences. And if you're finished with everything before we're done, you can color all this in. Deal? That's okay. That is a sight word, so it's going to be in a lot of sentences.
I figure out how to get it up. I was trying to hold back.
I see what the stage is now. Tell me about it. Tell me what's happening there. Huh? Thank you all for still working so quietly. You guys are all going to get a point. Oh, it looks like you're done. So you can go in your side show. Tell me a couple things about what's happening up here. What are the differences you see? Yeah, make sure you have your name on it. I'm not going to know who to give the grade to if I don't have a name. Of course, yeah. You want to draw a line and then make sure you put the date in your science journal. We've got a lot of different things going on about plant. We want to know that this was today. Dates on the board in case you need it. October 20th. Few more minutes, guys. Yes.
I was trying to get them to do it.
Three sentences. At least you can write more than 3. You're more than welcome to. 5 is good.
I know these.
All right, what's the last stage? What's the end result of our theme? I think we're getting a little chatty over here. Still working? Tell me what that board says. Yes. We're writing about our bean plant. We're not writing about a different kind of plant right now. That's what we're working on, is the bean plant. Yes, you can draw a picture. After your 3 sentences, though. Make sure you have 3 sentences. That's a good question. Did you write your things down? Keep going. I've got about 2 more minutes. I've had a few people ask me how to spell finally, which is one of your transition words. It's very good. I'm glad you guys are using it. But I'm going to go ahead and write it up here just so you guys can see. That's it. If you need any help. Oh, you're finishing up. Keep thinking about what works better. Was it going to work? Did it work better in the soil when we started it off in the soil, or did it work better when we started it off in that paper bag with the wet paper towel? Sorry, the plastic bag. Yes, that's fine. Alright, start wrapping up those sentences. Hopefully you're close to 3. You shouldn't be coloring yet if you're not done with your sentences. You have 4? See if you can write 5. Make sure you don't write this comment on your paper. I'm not writing in your science journal.
And then you would give your own, then you give all of our grades to you.
Alright, well, this is called a silent activity. We're working independently. Right up on the board. wrote in their science journal. So if you want to volunteer to share, start thinking about that. Your sentences in your journal. Give me a thumbs up if you're done. Looks like about half of you. We're going to get more time to work on this later, but right now I want 2 or 3 people who would like to come up and share their journal with me. Remember, we're going to stay silent during this activity. We're going to give respect to our classmates while they're sharing. Sarah, you want to share? Okay. I want you all listening. Let's see what she wrote, drew in the sequence. Tyler. Alright. We'll wait for everybody to be quiet. Thank you. Okay, Sarah, share with us what you wrote. Okay, so she said it starts with a seed, and at first we put the seed in a cup and in the bag. What was your step 2? What happened next? Okay, so she said the second step was the roots are going to hold in the plant in the soil so that it does not fly away. Very good. She said this third step is going to be a sprout. It's a little stem. What's the fourth one? Good. Okay, so she said that leaves make food for the plant. The bean plant is grown up, and it will die and then reproduce to make new plants. Thank you, Sarah. Can anybody else want to share? Kevin, you want to share? Can you bring up your science journal too so we can see what you wrote in there? Thank you. Alright, so Kevin's is a little different. He says first it's going to be the seed, then we're going on to the seedling. The third step is it's a sprout, and then the fourth step is an adult plant. Good job. Alright, let's see what you wrote in your science journal. Oh, you got drawings for us too. Great. He said, I observed that the plants in the bag were growing better than the ones in the cups. And he's right. The one that started off in the bag is a lot bigger. Now, we did start this a couple days ahead of time, but it is very different than this one in the cup here. So you can see maybe that's the better method. We'll have to experiment a little more. Thank you. One more person. I'm looking for one more person to come and share. Keegan, you want to come and share? Thank you guys for being quiet. We want to listen to our classmates. So we're just going to look at your science journal. Bear with us, we're finding her page. There we go. You want to read it or you want me to? Alright, so Keegan said the bag is better than a cup. A bag is better because you can tape the bag to the windows. A cup cannot be taped to the windows. My bag grew so big that my teacher put it in a bucket with the others. We planted a seed in a cup with soil. Very good. Good job. All right, guys. Well, thank you all for being quiet during the lesson. Y'all did a great job.